G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the Nixus server. Today we're going to be setting up the rest of my power setup off the Flaxbeard mod. I have pretty much sorted out the steam problem I had where I couldn't keep the pressure low enough and the system kept exploding or the rupture pipes kept exploding, and I finally got that sorted out. So today I'm going to show you that. We're going to go through the tree farm that I've set up to constantly fuel this big beast of a system because it was chewing through the coal, I can tell you. So I needed to do something. So what I've done, I need to eat first. What I've done is I've set up a tree farm, and that constantly feeds raw wood into the system and constantly keeps it fueled. So that's basically all I needed because I couldn't figure out how to run it off lava or any sort of liquid fuel. So it had to be coal or charcoal or anything combustible really. So what I've done, like I said, set up the tree farm with the raw wood, and yeah, so we'll go and take a look at that. I'll take you over and I'll show you that first, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the setup I've got in here and the little pressure relief system I've come up with down there. But we'll go and have a look at the tree farm first. Let's get out of here. Oh, bit of lag. Let's get out of here. So I'm finally nearly ready to change over from the lava to the steam. Pretty much got everything ready. Close the door. Where's my glider? There we go. You can see we were putting those in the system. I have charged them a little bit off the lava, just so they have got a little bit in them. And I'll explain to you, they're the highest tier of the redstone energy cells. You can't get any higher than those ones. So this is the tree farm I've set up down here with dark oak planks, because you seem to get a lot of timber out of those. So I figured to use those planks. Dark oak trees. And there's basically how it works is a harvester. That's Mine Factory Reloaded, this mod. There's a harvester there. Right in the middle of this pile here, there's a planter. And it basically, obviously, puts the saplings down to a certain width or certain diameter. And then, I don't know what's going wrong here. You can't even see the system. Now, let's see if we can get rid of some of this stuff. Alright. Get some of this away. So basically, once it's harvested, that's what it's deleting. So apples, the leaves. I've got it to not shear the leaves anyway, but just in case some come through, and it shears the oak saplings because I had it running on normal oak first. Pardon me, guys, normal oak first, and it just wasn't producing enough timber, so I changed it to dark oak. And now this is what it sends into the tesseract. Oh yeah, I've created some tesseracts as well, guys. By the way, yeah. So the wood goes into the tesseract and back over to the system, and the saplings come down the blue section, and the saplings go back into the planter in the middle. Otherwise you run out of saplings obviously and it just stops planting. So eventually it gets full and you have to empty it, but for now all is well. So let's head back on over. You've seen that, and today once we turn the power on, hopefully if we get it right, we'll be able to power that tree farm back there. I mean, it's got a little bit of power in it now because it was powered off the lava for a bit just so I could get it running. But today we're going to switch it over to the steam. Alright, so let's get back down in here. And we're also going to set up today, what I'll do now is I'll take you into the pressure relief room. We'll have a look in there first. Okay, so what we've got here, it looks kind of basic, and it really is kind of basic. What I learnt is the gauges there, when they get to the point where the system's, where the gauge is bouncing off its head, it emits a redstone signal. And I didn't know that until the other day, and I was rattling my brain thinking, what am I going to do, what am I going to do, what am I going to do? And I did a bit of research and I thought, surely there must be a way that you can relieve the pressure from the system. And I tried void pipes, and I showed in the other video, I showed you the void pipes. Well, because, I'm not sure what it is, I think it might be because this system is so big. It just wasn't working, and I had pipes like this coming out of these pressure converters into nullifiers and all these sorts of stuff, and it just would not release the pressure enough, and stuff kept exploding. So I thought there must be a better way. So I come across a bit of research where a guy was using this thing called I think it's called a comparator or something like that. We'll go down, we'll have a look. All right, let's open that. This is my little way to get in. Okay, what's it called? It's called comparator it's called. Well, it's in the subtractor mode, and basically what it does is it detects the difference in a redstone signal. Now, When that's not emitting a signal, the torch is as normal. Okay, so everything lights up. I'll show you towards the end of the video when we get the system pressurized that when that emits a signal, obviously the signal from the redstone torch changes. This thing detects it and it cuts that off. And when it turns that torch off, because it lights up this, when it turns that torch off, these pistons go down and it empties the steam out of the pipe. It's really, really as simple as that. That's all there is to it, and I'll show you guys when we get to the end of the video. I'll show you how it works. Because hopefully we'll turn it on, or not hopefully, we will turn it on, and hopefully it'll build up enough steam and you'll see it happen. Okay, so let's get these things put in. Now what we're going to do is, to make it look cool, I want to sit it on top of some of these. I should have the right amount. I did get the right amount in preparation. I didn't want to be running backwards and forwards. Excellent. I can count after all. So let's get these put down. And it should look pretty awesome. Whoop, bit of lag there. Alright, so they're in. I think it looks awesome, eh? Seriously. It looks unreal, I love it. Love it. I also put more, put another one of these in to try and fill the tanks a bit quicker. Alright, so we've got them in. What I want to do is, mainly the reason for this episode is I want to build a control box, which basically you'll be able to, the steam going from the system into the tanks, I want to be able to turn that on and off. I also want to be able to turn off the steam coming out of the tanks into the steam dynamos. I want to be able to obviously turn that on and off, and I also want to be able to turn off, because this, for now, this will be my main power supply. Everything I've got will come through tesseracts to anything, whether it be a quarry, whether it be my XP system, anything. Doesn't matter what it is, will come off this system. So I want to be able to turn it all on and off. For whatever reason, just, okay, I want everything off, turn it off. When I log out for the night, turn it off. So I want a control box, and I want to be able to switch it all on and off individually. So that's what we're going to set up in today's episode. There are a couple of little things I have to do first, though. I have to decide, well, the color I think appropriate is white for steam. What do I want next? I might put that down next. And what do we want? We got, okay, I'm losing track, guys. Alright, so we got white for steam, for power. Okay, oh, we want to be able to turn, we want to be able to stop the steam coming into the tanks. Because basically, if the system runs out of steam, and I want to build the steam up in the system quickly, I want to be able to shut off the steam from going into the tanks, because it slows it right down, and it takes not forever, but it takes quite a while to build up. Now, if I'm using, I'm going to have all my hammers and my armor, charging pads and everything along here. If I want to use them, and I don't want to, you know, worry about trying to pressurize the system if the tanks are half full or something like that, I want to be able to shut this system off from the tanks. So that's what this switch will do. It will shut these down. It will shut these down here, and therefore nothing will come out of the system into the tanks. Well, that's the idea anyway. It should work. It should work. Because I have tested a couple of these little things here to make sure that it does work. So I didn't want to waste all the time doing it if it wasn't going to work, and it appears to work. So if my thinking's correct, we should be able to set it up and get it done relatively quickly and relatively easy. We're going to dress up the control box a little bit, make it look a bit snazzy. Switch one. Oh, we don't want to do that. We want to do that. And we want to do that. Alright, so let's get digging, I guess. We need to, I'm thinking I want to come out into the bottom of these things. Let's get around here. Okay, so I have already got that one there, and that's coming from these ones out the side. I already have dug that one, but we still have to dig the one for these things. So we'll dig that here in a second. So that, alright, where's our conduits? Here they are. Sorry about the, I don't know if you've noticed, I've got a bit of a croaky voice, guys. I've been pretty crook the last couple of days, but I'm out of videos and I didn't want to leave you guys in the lurch, so I decided I better get on here, sick or not, and get one done. Oh, that's not what you do, Matt. That's what you do. Okay, so in theory now when I flick this already, that should work. So they're off. Nice. Alright, so I'll show you where it goes down. It goes down under there. I got the same on this side. One of the sucky things about these n.i.x.u.s conduits, you can't use the covers. When you put that down, it just completely fills that hole, and you can't use the covers and stuff to fill the holes, which kind of blows, but what can you do? I like the look of them, so that's what we'll do. Alright, so what we're going to do is we'll do the same here. Where are we going to tap into this though? Do I want to tap in here or I want to tap into the back? I think I'll tap into the back. It'll look a lot neater, I think. So we'll come out here, across here. I don't think we'll worry about going down underneath at the back here. You can't see it anyway. Now, like I said, I can't, because I've got that little micro block there, I can't place one there. Because these things just don't allow anything in the space of the block. Okay. That's a bit of a pain. What we'll do is we'll come this way. Is that going to work? That's not going to work. We need to go one more. One more there. Now we should be able to get rid of that. Now when we come down here, the beautiful thing about these things, and you'll see it right now. What are you doing here, Matt? Come out there. We want to go that way. See how they're all joined, but it's two different systems. This system's for the out into the dynamos, and the other line, this one here, is for the steam into the tanks. But what we can do is we can simply do that, and it disconnects them. So now they're two completely separate circuits. So these things, pardon me. Sorry guys, these things really are cool. Alright, so now we need to get back over here. We're going to dig underneath for a bit. That way we can run this all the way down, hook it up. Alright, so here we are. Let's get this going. I'm hoping it is a little bit laggy in around the steam machine. Yes, I am. Yes, I am recording. I think Brian wants to do a restart on the server, but that's okay. He will wait until we're finished. Okay. Alright, so we'll just go like that. We can definitely cover that off, cover that off. I think we might, I don't think anything will spawn, but just in case, I might chuck a torch down. I was going to fill it up, but to be honest guys, I'm really not in the mood. So let's just get it done. Alright, so that's that. I'm going to flick this on. Hopefully the steam should come, what's that one? That's the steam. So now the steam should come out of these into the dynamos. Yes, no, no. Okay, I think I know what I did. Did I connect it to the bottom of that? I didn't. There we go. There we go. Now it should work. There we go. Nice. Alright, so we've got the tanks filling up, we've got the engines filling up, we've got the system. See, it's dropping power because I've got it turned off at the moment. No fuel. Dropping power, so what we'll do is we might switch, because we don't really want to fill the tanks just yet, so we'll leave them empty. We'll let the system build, well, let the system stay the way it is, not build up, sorry. We'll get this final tesseract. Oh, that's not where you want it to be, Matt. We'll get the final tesseract sorted out. Now, we want to get the cable in the bottom of that there. So where's my cable? There it is. I've made some Elite cable. Geez, the stuff's expensive. It's good stuff, but wow, it's expensive. So we'll go there, there. Alright, now that technically should be filling up, which it is. We need to switch it, configure it to redstone, so we can turn it on and off. Now when I say turn it on and off, I don't mean turn it on and off from charging. That's what that switch will do. I mean turn the power off to the rest of the house. That's what that switch will do. Alright, so we got the steam turned off. Let's flick them all off for now. We don't need them on. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to dress these up a little bit, make them look make it look nice and neat. So I like things when they're nice and neat, as you guys are well aware. Alright, let's get some covers going. Get rid of that. I love these things, they're great. Okay. So we'll dress it with these, and then I want to border it with some... Oh, we want that saw, give me that. What I'm also going to do, once it's covered, I want to be able to access the Tesseract without digging stuff out. So what we're going to try and do is put a trapdoor on the back, and I reckon we can do it. Might be a little bit tricky. We might actually go and steal that trapdoor from there because I forgot to make one. Let's go and get this one. I forgot to make it, so we'll just steal that. Carpenter's trapdoors, they're awesome. You can put, well, you guys know what carpenters are anyway. You can put anything on it. Alright, so is this gonna work? Nice. Alright, so we'll make it the same. Alright, now we want some quartz. What do we want? Where's my saw? Like that. It's probably a bit too much, but anyway. We want it the same thickness, so we want it the cover thickness. Get plenty of those. Get rid of that. Now we want to do that, I think. Give me some of them. I think that should be more than enough. The whole thing. Keep chucking that saw out. There. There. Is that in the right spot there? No, we want it there, don't we? There. I think it's starting to look pretty neat, guys. Oh, we don't. We want to close that door back up. Yeah, so that way, whenever I need to access it for whatever reason, I can get into it without digging blocks out. I don't want to go digging blocks in that. That's a pain in the bum. Digging blocks and placing blocks, and I might as well try and make it as neat and practical as possible. I think that's probably the best way. So we'll get that on there. Alright. So I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I know I have done a few Flaxbeards videos now. That's why I haven't done a lot of... That's why I didn't build that thing on camera. I don't want to just keep showing you Flaxbeard. Unless you want to. I mean, if you want to, that's fine. Just let me know. Alright. So that's basically set up. Let's test it all out, I guess. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Okay. So we're going to turn the steam on. They're all working. Those three are working. These three working. Yep, so they're working. So we'll flick that off because we don't really care about filling tanks at this point. That should turn the steam on to the engines. Which it does. Nice. And that turns the power on to the Tesseract, which should. Okay. Alright, so we've got it set to high, which is what we want. These things can output 10,000 RF, which is the highest. I'll show you what they're called. They're the highest ones. It's weird because they're quite expensive to get to this point, but to get from that point to that point, it's not very much at all. So that's the highest one. We can't go any further than that, other than that one, which is creative only. So we're not going to use those ones, obviously. So that's the highest one. I don't even know what the difference is. It's a difference. 20,000 RF. We're not... 10,000's OP. I don't think we're ever going to need 20,000. I mean, a Buildcraft quarry can take a maximum of I think, 1,000 in. So 10,000's way over the top. Anyway. Alright, so we'll flick this system on. We'll go and check out the tree farm. Hopefully it's been powered, and by the time we get back, hopefully it's built up enough. And you'll be able to see the pressure system in there work. And then once we do that, we'll round up the system. Will round up the episode. And so are these going up now? Let's have a look. No. I've got to set them all to disabled, that's why. Is that disabled? No, they're already disabled. I thought I set them all disabled at the other. What's going on here? Why aren't they going up? They should be going up. Oh, no. I know why. The engines are off. Derp. Alright, so the engines... No, there's mightn't be enough. There we go. There's not enough steam in that tank to get those engines going. That's why. So now they're on. Let's see. There we go. They should all be going up now. Nice. Alright, so let's go back out, check the tree farm. It should all be going. Hopefully. By the time we get back, that should have gone up. Oh, no, Matt. Did I flick that on? I did, didn't I? Got fuel. Yep, got fuel. How much has it got in it? Oh, it goes up pretty quick. It's not overly fast, but it's not crazy slow either. Let's get the glider on. Right, I have started making a tunnel down to the archives, but it's not finished yet. I just did that the other night. I was mucking around on here. I didn't feel like doing much else, so I've done that. Alright, let's get over the top here. All those pink trees that Nitro put down. Alright, so have we got power here? We don't. Okay. It's ignored. Okay. Why is it not working? Why is it not working? It should be receiving main power, frequency 2. Alright, let's go back and check it. It should be working, I don't know why it's not. Alright. Let's get down in here. Open wide, come inside. Yeah, it's a little bit laggy down here, it's a bit of a pain. Alright, did I flick that on? It's going up. Main power. Energy, sending energy all. So, if you guys know what I've done wrong, let me know, because I think I know what it is. Idiot. This will need to set the output on there. That's what it is. That needs to be orange. There we go. That's what it is. Alright, now that will probably work, hopefully. Let's get this back on. Hopefully I've got that right. And I'm not as silly as I look. Alright, we'll put these covers back on. Where are they? There we are. No, Matt. That's not what we want. That's what we want. Okay, let's go check this bad boy out. And hopefully we've got it right. Get over here. Let's go. Leave that door open. Look at the Nitro tower. It's looking good, guys, I tell ya. Wait until you see on the inside. He's done a fair bit of work in there. Alright, there we go. Look, you can see it starting to chop down the trees. Look. Nice. Very good. See, it just replants. There's the planter in the middle. Let's have a look in it. See, that's all it does. As soon as it grows, chops them down. Perfect. Get rid of that. Very nice. Alright guys, so there you have it. Thanks for tuning in once again. I hope you liked that episode. That was a little bit different than normal. Hello. Hello. You want to play? Hello. Hello. Oh. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks guys. Bye. Alright guys, sorry about that. I cut you off short at the end of the episode. I wanted to show you the pressure relief system. Now, I think it should be built up enough by now, which it is. There you go. Look, see that little doot 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 at the top there? What that is that's the pipes on the other side releasing the pressure. So we'll go in and take a look, and then we'll finish off the episode for a second time. So look, there we go. So you can see them going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And what that's doing is every time it gets to a certain pressure, that gauge releases the redstone signal, like I said before. This measures the difference in the signal from the torch. Well, that's how I understand it anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I understand it. Which in turn sets off a redstone. So you can see it faintly going on there. Look. And that turns that torch on and off. Because as you know, when you put two redstone signals together like that, one switches off. And that's what it does. So basically that'll keep going like that. As long as I keep fueling that and the steam's not being used, that'll keep doing that and it'll never explode. Never ever explode. Basically all I've really got those whistles on for and the rupture plates is in case something does go wrong, and the boys sometimes tend to come in here and have a bit of a fiddle and break something or whatever. The system, to release enough pressure for the system to go down even with all the boilers running, I've figured out I need 3 open pipes. So I've got 3 rupture plates, 1 there and 2 out on there. And basically all that boiler is there for. It's not doing anything. It's so if I'm in here fiddling around for whatever reason, because stuff does go wrong, I can see what the pressure's like. As you can see, all it does, that's redstone wire in the back of the pistons, which are under there. And that's it. So I figured if I oh wow, if I had 2 pipes, the system was too slow and it would explode. If I had 4 pipes, these things went way too quick. So 3 seemed like the happy medium. Alright guys, so there you have it. I'll finish it off for the second time. Thanks for tuning in once again, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks guys. Bye.